She's a great competitor. She's probably one of the fittest players on the Sony Ericsson WTA Tour, and she gives it her all. She's very quick. She's 25 years old. Her best year was last year. Very consistent year. She's still looking to win her first title, but she's been to 6 finals, and she's currently ranked 13th in the world. Clay is her favorite surface.
What makes her so tough, Amelia?
I think her quickness. She covers a lot of ground, gets a lot of balls back. She has a lot of topspin, so it causes problems, and she's won here easily to get to this round. Straight sets all the way.
When Kuznetsova won the U.S. Open, she was just a teenager. She's still only 20 years old. St. Petersburg is home for her, and she's so proud of that fact. Spends a lot of time, in fact, most of her time now in Spain, Barcelona, where she trains at the Casal Sanchez Academy.
Struggled a little bit, Kuznetsova, in the opening round against a Swedish player. Said she had trouble with her timing, with her movement on the clay, but then cleaned up her act quickly. Again, yesterday was just a tremendous performance from Kuznetsova. 7 unforced and like 25 winners against Schneider, a tough player on clay.
South Sanchez people said when she showed up at 14 years old from Russia that she was painfully shy, that she wouldn't look you in the eye. I mean, you'd still characterize Kuznetsova as relatively shy, wouldn't you? But not on the court nowadays, obviously.
I think she's more outgoing nowadays, for sure. I mean, she's very friendly. These two were talking to each other, laughing right, 10 minutes before this match. She has a good head on her shoulders, Kuznetsova, and she had a tough year last year, trying to defend her U.S. Open title, had some injuries. She put a lot of pressure on herself. And I think now she's relaxed again. And she said training in Spain relaxes her because she feels a little less pressure there. Trains with a lot of the Spanish men that are on the tour, the lower-ranked players.
Spain's kind of like Florida. They get them from all over the world, not just Spain these days.
That's true. Kuznetsova celebrated her victory at the Nasdaq by going out to a dinner with a lot of the people from the tour staff, and then went dancing, and then she bought herself a car. She said she was going to buy it anyway, but it was a good excuse.
That car was in St. Petersburg or Barcelona?
In Barcelona. Got a Land Rover. That was her treat.
She paid for dinner. That is wide. Schiavone just checking that mark, and we might well have had a challenge if this had been a hardcore tournament. Challenge system is really in effect here, but it's not an instant replay on television. The players can challenge virtually any call, and the chair umpire will get out of the chair and check the mark visually, because it leaves a mark here.
trouble trouble with her footwork. Schiavone set up the point beautifully. You can tell she's got a lot of spin on her shots, gives herself time to really get back to the center of the court to really do what she wants out there. Break point. And she's the type of player, Schiavone, that forces you to play your best. You know she's not going to beat herself out there. She's quite consistent. If you give her a short ball, she'll attack it. And she's got some feel at the net.
Having said anything about power, MJ, does that mean she's a little lacking in that?
Yeah, it's not one shot that's huge weapon, but she's creative and she sees her opportunity. She'll come in because she closes in. It was not an easy volley. She's been playing well in doubles. The semis here.
Yeah, that presented a real good passing shot opportunity, but it was not taken. Go back to Carol Lewis, who was with Schiavone just before the stall started.
Francesca, you've got a tough day today. You're in the semifinals in both the singles and the doubles event. Your fitness has always been one of your top things. Is that what keeps you on top in tennis?
Yes, I saw that one for sure. I have to fight today. I play against Kuznetsova, is a great player, so I have to push and we will see what will happen, but I'm okay.
Last time you guys played against each other, you were the winner. What is the key to beating her today?
I hope to show you today which one is the key. So now I think about what I have to do, and in the court I will try to do.
Good luck today. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Nice answer, isn't it?
I'll show you.
Yeah.
I don't want to give anything away too early.
I hope to show you today.
It's funny, I was talking to her trainer and her physiotherapist. She's here with Matthias Polanski. Her coach is back in Italy, had to go back to see his family, and I was asking him why she's so fit, what kind of drills she does. He's like, we don't want to, give out our secrets. She works very hard on and off the court. The only thing he did tell me is that after the matches here, they've been going to the beach, doing some running. But you can just tell, head to toe, she is very strong, Schiavone. I remember when Martina Navratilova took fitness to another level. Everybody, including Chris Evert, had to get stronger, had to get faster. I think the Williams sisters were the next group to do the same thing. And really, if you're not fit out there today, you're not going to make it.
I totally agree with you about Martina. The Williams sisters, I guess for them it was more, to me, it wasn't so much how fit they were, but how much power they had and just what they brought to the game in terms of their stroke production.
They were just so strong, though, and fast.
Right. Exactly.
And it forced Henin, it forced Kleisters to get faster, get stronger, more muscles.
This is not near as good a start today, is it, for Kuznetsova?
She already has 4 unforced errors. She only had 7 the entire match yesterday. And this will be a match for Kuznetsova to keep doing what she's been doing in terms of waiting for the right opportunities to go for her power shots, for her big forehand. Right there, not enough margin for error. On clay, you had to give yourself a little more time. A little bit more margin, hit higher of the net. She's got the spin, Kuznetsova, so she can do it.
Break point. And break the serve, and as well as Kuznetsova was moving yesterday, she's having trouble today.
Stefan Ortega, the coach of Kuznetsova from the Sanchez Casal Academy. He's been traveling full-time with her since after last year's U.S. Open.
He's mic'd again today, so we'll see if we can get something interesting out of him. We mic'd him yesterday all day, and we got a lot of talk, but nothing that was interesting enough to share.
Not much about the match. It was too quick. I think we might get some today because it's going to be a tough match for Kuznetsova. Again, Schiavone, she sets herself up, doesn't have the one huge shot, but she's got a lot of spin. The ball bounces up high. You need to be patient when you play against her.
Joe, I tell you, we had this discussion yesterday, but I think it's worth repeating. This green clay court is a very difficult court to move on. It doesn't have the underground watering, as far as I know. And, you know, it gets dry. When it gets at least even slightly dry, it's tough to move. It's tough to change direction on this court, and I'll be darned if Kuznetsova is not suffering with that right now. She looks like she's
Well, even in her match yesterday that she won easily, she had trouble when she got pulled out wide. I don't know if you remember, but whenever she got stretched to her forehand, she had to go for the outright winner because of her footing. She wasn't getting that base, that foot planted to be able to come back to the center of the court. Or you'll watch Schiavone. She's more of a natural slider on this clay court.
See, I think that's really true. Much more natural slider. It's going to help her a lot. Slip sliding.
I mean, if you look at past champions here, Croft, Sabatini, Sanchez Vicario, I mean, they all slid really, really well. And that gives you so much balance and just that opportunity to get back into a rally.
Schiavone got off to a really good start in the semi-final of the Bausch Lomb Championships. 3 games to love.
The FIFA World Cup. All 64 matches on ESPN, ESPN2, and ABC.
See the world in high definition with breathtaking clarity and incredible comfort. Introducing Pure Vision contact lenses from Bausch Lomb. Pure Vision has innovative optics for pure, rich contrast, highly refined detail, and with exclusive air gel material, Pure Vision stays comfortable hour after hour after hour. Visit purevision.com for a free pair and see your world in high definition. Pure Vision from Bausch Lomb.
We fly around the world. We know one means more to you than any other. We know why you fly. We're American Airlines.
ESPN2's presentation of the Bausch Lomb Championships. Brought to you by Bausch Lomb. For 150 years, perfecting vision, enhancing life. And the Florida Sports Foundation.
Welcome back to some of the most beautiful sites that the tennis event is held at. This is Amelia Island Plantation. The trees, they're a part of the spectator scene here. 3-love to Schiavone for a set. Going through the names of the past champions here, started out with Martina Navratilova in 1980. So this tournament has a long history. And Bausch Lomb are the longest sponsors of a women's tour event, if any event. I was scouring the past champions for Mary Jo, and I'll be darned, she said, I couldn't move on this court.
I couldn't slide. It was really tough. Unless you're dictating like a Sellis or like a Davenport who won it the last 2 years, you need to be able to defend. You need to slide like that.
Francesca Schiavone is going and looking at that mark because that ball looked like it skidded off the line because it stayed so low, but no overrule and no mark check, which is a surprise. 30-15.
Going for so much so quickly in a rally so far, Kuznetsova. Not being patient. That's not what her coach wants her to do. Wants her to work the rally, get a little height over the net.
MJ, when you talk to Kuznetsova, you speak in what language?
In Spanish. She speaks fluently with a Spanish accent. You would think she was from Spain.
Game to Kuznetsova. She is on the board. It's 3-1. The thing that impresses me about the history of this tournament is that the people here in the Jacksonville area that come out to watch this tournament, in spite of the field, which was pretty badly denuded, really, when you think about the top players who did not show up here, still this place is jammed, other than a few spots there where, you know, the trees are in your view.
Not a bad idea, poorly executed. Drop shot attempt. The crowd is always terrific here, and it's not only on the weekend, it's from the very first day. I look forward to this tournament so much every year.
That is called wide, and Schiavone is going to get the chair up this time to get out and check the mark. And she is checking it, and she's... It's unbelievable, this call, she said. That one, again, looked like it could have skipped off the line, but Alison Lang says no, just clipped the line.
Great points.
Schiavone says one. By the way, just like yesterday, the leaves, I mean, there's a little gust of wind and it blows leaves off these trees. So you've got pollen that falls down and you've got leaves. It's an interesting challenge. And that's only because of this friendly tree-lined atmosphere on this court.
Yeah, and the leaves get in the court, and if the ball bounces on a leaf, you're going to get another bad bounce.
That's long, and the breaking serve goes back to Kuznetsova. Schiavone not happy with the outcome of that game, obviously. 3-2. Kuznetsova to serve first set.
See the world in high definition with breathtaking clarity and incredible comfort. Introducing Pure Vision contact lenses from Bausch Lomb. Pure Vision has innovative optics for pure, rich contrast, highly refined detail, and with exclusive air gel material, Pure Vision stays comfortable hour after hour after hour. Visit purevision.com for a free pair and see your world in high definition. Pure Vision from Bausch Lomb.
Go further. Go ballistic. Go wild. Go green. The Kawasaki Go Green sales event. It's our 40th anniversary, and we're celebrating with rates as low as 6.99% APR on all new Kawasaki motorcycles, ATVs, watercraft, and utility vehicles. Head down to your Kawasaki dealer today and let the good times roll.
Some live for the spotlight. Others live in it. Once you've seen the new Chevy models at the auto show, head to your Chevy dealer to see a whole lot more. Get an 06 Equinox front-wheel drive 1LS for around $249 a month with Smart Buy financing. Residency restrictions apply. Call for details. See your Texas Chevy dealer.
No accident, is it, folks, that when you walk into a store where you buy television sets, you know, Best Buy, one of those, it's very often tennis that is on the screen. And the reason for that is because you can get such a clear picture of the ball and the court, etc. Well, HD makes it even better, and this is on ESPN2 HD. So I hope you're one of the fortunate that are able to watch this tennis match on HD. On serve, 2-3, first set.
Nice comeback in this set from Kuznetsova, getting the break back. Trying to impose her game on Schiavone, beginning with the service. Second ace in a row. A little more patient in that last game to break Schiavone.
Kuznetsova opening up the shoulders on that serve game, and it's even at 3 apiece. Schiavone, born in Milan, Italy, now living, believe it or not, in London. She says one of the things she likes to do is ride fast cars. A little contradiction in terms there, because in London you can't drive very fast because there's so much traffic in the capital city of England. Different choice of a place to live, MJ, but we've had some. I mean, Edberg lived in London.
Yeah.
The French guys spent some time in London as a headquarter.
For an Italian, I find it so strange because of the food. They love their Italian food, their pastas.
What are you talking about, MJ? You can get great Italian food in London.
Yeah. Indian food. Well, from 3-love, it's slipping away here quickly.
30.
Schiavone needs to change the momentum. In the beginning stages of this set, Schiavone was really mixing it up. She was hitting the high ball, she was sneaking in, tried to serve and volley a couple times. I think she's got to really vary it up against Kuznetsova. You can't let her get set on one shot or on one pace.
There are 7 Italian women in the top 100, and the world Schiavone at 13 is the top-ranked Italian. You're watching live coverage of the Bausch Lomb Championship, everybody. We're on Amelia Island with Drysdale alongside Mary Jo Fernandez, watching Kuznetsova, Russia, and Schiavone of Italy. It's 3 apiece in the first set. This is the first of 2 semi-final matches that'll be played today. The other semi-final, Safarova of the Czech Republic and Petrova of Russia. Championship match tomorrow. You're warmly invited to join us at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. Break point. So Kuznetsova has opened up this first set after a terrible start. She's won 4 straight games. She'll serve with a break for 3.
See the world in high definition with breathtaking clarity and incredible comfort. Introducing Pure Vision contact lenses from Bausch Lomb. Pure Vision has innovative optics for pure, rich contrast, highly refined detail, and with exclusive air gel material, Pure Vision stays comfortable hour after hour after hour. Visit purevision.com for a free pair and see your world in high definition. Pure Vision from Bausch Lomb.
They are the kings and queens, the potentates of the road. We recognize them by their restless wing-tipped feet. We support them with new, thicker mattresses and lay the freshest fine white linens at their feet, an offering of respect. Our beds, ourselves, Courtyards changed it all for them. Rest well, my liege. Rest well.
The intensity of a champion, the skill of an artist, the competition, the power, the precision. The greatest dramas in tennis unfold. The Australian Open, the French Open, the championships at Wimbledon, the best players, the world's biggest stages. ESPN2, the Grand Slam Network. The French Open, May 28th through June 11th.
4 straight games for Svetlana Kuznetsova, coming off a win on Saturday over Maria Sharapova to win the Nasdaq 100 Open. Kuznetsova now serving at 4-3. Carol Lewis at courtside. Carol?
Well, it was really interesting. At the beginning of the match, Svetlana Kuznetsova brought out 2 pairs of shoes, and she warmed up in one, and then she switched to another pair right before the game begun, and then she switched again. So obviously she was looking for the right shoes, and she seems like she's moving better. And the second pair has now gone into her bag, so she's found the right key.
It's interesting. Usually you test out your shoes in practice, and you're pretty clear on which ones you're going to wear in a match.
What kind of things would she be looking for, Mary Jo? Because the court is slippery, obviously. So the more traction you can, what kind of shoe do you need for traction?
I guess if they're a little more new, it's better, and maybe they're not as comfortable when they're new. But these soles nowadays are so good. I mean, you get lots of traction.
But you want a lot of like ribbage, don't you, in the bottom, so that it grabs onto the court here. You know,
Exactly.
like the grass court shoes, they have the dimples on them.
Dimples on them. Some players have tried to play with grass court shoes on the clay.
Didn't work?
I think it worked, but it tore up the court.
Yep.
Another ace.
So it tore up the court and they disallowed him?
Yep. I think Federer was one of the players a couple of years ago to play with him at the French. Can't emphasize it enough how important your footing is on the clay surface. Being able to feel secure and stable and balanced.
There's an added ingredient now, which is the wind. So the result is, I mean, yesterday, Kuznetsova looked so solid. She missed so few. Today, she already has 14 unforced errors. You can see the breeze and, again, the footing that we talked about.
And it changes your mentality when you know you're playing against a true clay quarter. Stefan Ortega is the one who gives the strategy to Kuznetsova. And he's been wanting her just to be more patient, to not use her power all the time.
Big serve, and Kuznetsova's now won 5 straight games. It's 5 games to 3 first set. Again, the breeze is a factor, as we've said. Got a 16-mile-an-hour wind out of the southwest, 81 degrees, and there's some humidity in the air. That's, you know, come springtime, you can expect that kind of weather here. Northwest Florida, northeast Florida. That is, stays on her side. 30-15. She's trying to stay alive in the set at 3-5. Schiavone. And the 3 seed here.
Got a bad bounce, Schiavone.
Checking some of her results here from last year, MJ. You
Right there, that was a bad bounce. Didn't hit the line, but it might have hit one of the leaps. Popped up.
30 all.
Schiavone's results?
Yeah. She started out well on the clay. I mean, in Rome, she gets the quarterfinals, which is won the Reva. The French championships around the 16. She won 3 rounds and lost to Ivanovic. But what is interesting to me is that even the hard court she played well as well. In LA, she gets the semi-final, US Open, loses to Serena Williams in the 3rd round. So, you know, in Zurich she played well. Moscow, indoor carpet, hard courts. So she's not just a clay court, I guess, what I'm saying.
No, she's not. And the last time these two played was in Moscow on a carpet, a fast court. Schiavone won that 3-1, which to me is surprising. You'd think on a fast court, Kuznetsova would have the big advantage with her big shots.
Deuce. Schiavone last year did well enough to have her best year ever and ended up at 13 in the world.
Frustration fell away from that forehand. A little off balance. Another game point for Schiavone.
Schiavone wins the game, but she trails 5-4 first set.
Oh, here he is. Well, he's only 2 hours late this time.
Hey, I'm surprised you still remember how to get here. Hey, Mom wants her shirt back.
He brought beer.
So I brought beer.
Did you, son? Did you really?
I had higher SATs.
Marshall's Law of Spring Fashion. Number 62. Get vintage looks at a price that won't ruffle you. Number 38. Make a fashion statement without hurting your bank statement. Come to Marshall's for the same brand name and designer fashions you find at department stores at up to 60% off. Number 41. Always find the skirt you long for. High fashion, low prices. That's Marshall's Law.
This is the awesome Cadillac Escalade. And these are the keys to the awesome Cadillac Escalade. Play in PartyPoker.net's Win a Cadillac promotion, and you could win a brand new 2007 Cadillac Escalade. And there's a whole bunch of other great prizes. So sign up at PartyPoker.net now. PartyPoker.net, the world's largest poker school.
Stefan Ortega is Kuznetsova's coach. Listen to him. He's going to speak in Spanish, and then if you don't understand, Mary Jo will translate.
De todas maneras, ha sido un porcentaje muy alto de errores no forzados. En este juego Svetlana ha sacado muy bien. Esto le permite poder seguir jugando agresivo. 2 veces ha tenido la derecha fácil, se ha acelerado en las 2 ocasiones. Y juega un poco más de paciencia.
So that was from the beginning of this first set. And he was saying that Svetlana had too many unforced errors, high percentage of unforced errors. And then when she started to serve better, that was allowing her to dictate and play aggressively. And his last comment was that a couple of the forehands that Kuznetsova is missing is because she's pressing too soon. She needs to be a little bit more patient, wait for the right shot.
Paciencia. serving for the set. Tino.
She's serving at 81% of first serves. It's a great percentage, winning 62% of her first serves and 60 on her second serve. She's got a very safe second serve. It's a good kick, tough to attack Kuznetsova serve.
Delighted that Mary Jo able to translate for us. Now that she's moved to Cleveland, I feel sure that her Spanish is going to get a little rusty. We want you back in Miami.
That's a good one. Not everybody's as lucky as you are.
15-30. Schiavone to come back. It's been an interesting roller coaster ride. 3 games to love Schiavone. Then 5 straight games for Kuznetsova. Now chance for Schiavone to get right back at 5 apiece.
It's out.
Obviously take nothing for granted, Mary Jo, but I remember yesterday after her match, talking to Carol Lewis, she said, you know, yeah, it looked like it was real easy, but anybody can come back on this tour now, especially someone like Patty Schnyder, and so I never felt entirely comfortable. So sometimes you look at 2 players like this and you think, yeah, he's on a roll, this thing's going to be over soon, but wait a minute.
Especially on clay. You just have so much more time to get into a match to figure out a way to turn things around. And again, against the Italian, she's not going to give you a lot. You really have to work hard for your points. You have to consistently be aggressive.
Gee, that's a good approach. 30 love. We were talking yesterday about Patty Schnyder and her arsenal of spins. Well, watch this. Schiavone's got some spin quotient as well to her game.
That's what was behind the baseline when she popped up that drop shot. It gave the Italian a lot of time to get up to it. But yes, Schiavone can hit the slice. She can hit the top spin. She's got some variety.
diary of a tennis player. There's always, gee, in those 2 months I really played well, I was confident, and certainly that's how Kuznetsova must be feeling now. The other issue is how you're perceived by the other players on the tour, and you win a major, or the next to major, like the NASDAQ, get everybody's attention. Kuznetsova, although she's a US Open champ, and that was in '04, she's still just 20 years old.
A little late running around to attack the second serve. When you commit to doing something like that, you really have to do it quickly.
Schiavone in front by 6 games to 5. It'll be Kuznetsova to serve, and we come back to try to get into a tiebreak for the first set.
See the world in high definition with breathtaking clarity and incredible comfort. Introducing Pure Vision contact lenses from Bausch Lomb. Pure Vision has innovative optics for pure, rich contrast, highly refined detail, and with exclusive air gel material, Pure Vision stays comfortable hour after hour after hour. Visit purevision.com for a free pair and see your world in high definition. Pure Vision from Bausch Lomb.
May 1st is your last chance to save during the Lincoln Mercury Signature Sales Event. Sign your name and lease any Lincoln with zero cash due, including the new Lincoln Zephyr, mid-size luxury with an interior cabin that's miles ahead of Cadillac and Mercedes. Drive Lincoln Zephyr now with zero first month's payment, zero down payment, and zero cash due for only $364 a month. Hurry, the Lincoln Mercury Signature Sales Event ends May 1st.
The air in the average American home is 2 to 5 times more polluted than the air outside.
Romeo, give me my CD.
But now, Trane introduces the first central air system that removes up to 99.98% of the allergens from all the air that it heats or cools. Trane Clean Effects. Isn't it time you expected more from your system? See how it works at Trane.com.
Kuznetsova serving at 5-6 first set. This is the first semi-final of the day. Taking on Francesca Schiavone of Italy.
I think Kuznetsova is having a little trouble adjusting to the different spins, Cliff. She's having to hit up high with the top spin of Schiavone, and then all of a sudden she throws in the low slice, and she's not adjusting with the timing, with her footwork. What a difference a day makes. She's already up to 24 unforced errors, Kuznetsova. That was a makeable passing shot. Had the cross court open.
Huge point coming up, 15-30 at 5-6.
Not good numbers from either player. Only 2 winners for Schiavone, but at the moment, a slight advantage.
You know, MJ, I don't want to make excuses for him because those are not good numbers, and especially juxtaposed against what you said yesterday when it was a totally different story for Kuznetsova. But this court is slippery, and I mean, that's the way the clay court is. That's not being critical of this court surface. I think it's fine. But it's slippery and you've got to get used to it. And the wind is an additional factor. Which means the whole thing becomes as much mental, doesn't it? It's just hitting balls. It's staying in the match mentally.
It really does. So many times you go from hard to clay and you stress so much about changing surfaces and you worry about tweaking your game, and in reality you got to continue to play your game. You know, maybe be a little more patient, wait 1 or 2 extra shots, but still have to go with what works best.
And point goes to Schiavone. What you just said is something that Andre Agassi would agree with 110%. He would go from hard to clay, and he'd even practice, you know, on a hard court because he's just trying to play his same game. Did you see that volley being put away?
You know, I think what gets frustrating, especially for the big hitters like a Kuznetsova, is that shots that would beat winners on a hard court, on a faster court, come back on clay. And that's when it starts playing with your mind a little bit. Oh, if this was a hard court, I would have won that point. Well, you got to forget about that. You have to go with the mentality that the points are going to be longer, but still the strategy should still revolve around your strengths.
And obviously, Kuznetsova is very familiar with the clay court. She's headquartered out of Spain for so long. Game point. Tiebreak's going to decide this first set.
Going to their chair. Kuznetsova is going to change her racket.
Kuznetsova lost in the 4th round of the French last year to Justine Henardin, who went on to win the title.
Had match points in that match, Kuznetsova.
7-5 in the 3rd set ended up being.
And the year before, Cliff, she had match points on Meskina, who ended up winning the title as well. 2 heartbreakers at the French for Kuznetsova. She just won an important tiebreak last week at the Nasdaq over Hingis, where she saved match point in that match and then ended up winning 11-9 in the final set tiebreak.
And then went all the way. Last year's Wimbledon, she lost to Lindsay Davenport in the quarterfinal.
It's a tough shot for Kuznetsova. She's calling for the trainer. She gets pulled out wide. She feels like she has to go for the winner because she can't get back to the center of the court. Supposed to hit the strings.
It looks, you know, if you're watching, you say, see, whatever, the pros can do it as well. But
right.
Challenging conditions. 2-1. Emily breaks Schiavone. Now on serve. Good look at the pass, and she doesn't miss that one. Now 3. Make that 4-2. The players will change ends. What's this again?
Hit it right back to Schiavone. She was waiting for it, and then Schiavone is pumped.
You're watching live coverage of the first semi-final of the day, everybody, with the Bausch Lomb Championships in Amelia Island. Cliff Rysdale here alongside Mary Jo Fernandez. It's tiebreak time, and in the first set, Schiavone of Italy against Kuznetsova of Russia. 4-2. Schiavone in front.
She's taking longer between points, Kuznetsova. A concerned look on her face this last few points. Set points coming up for the Italian. And again, a look of concern. Not moving as well, Kuznetsova.
Francesca Schiavone in a tiebreak. It is Schiavone who started out 3 games to 11 in the first set. But the trainer is coming out here to attend to Kuznetsova, who requested this visit from the trainer here just in the last game.
Yeah, she asked for the physio before the tiebreak started.
See if we can figure out alongside you what the problem maybe looks like a knee, MJ.
And you could just tell she was taking more time between points, not moving as well, and worried. I'm wondering, Clifford, whether it was a California, and she went out wide. Whether she, she went for broke.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am up in the East Side Grandstand
Play a couple of tournaments. I would let you listen, but obviously our mics are not close enough for them to be able to catch what the trainer is saying to Kuznetsova or vice versa. But MJ, after 2 weeks on hard courts, I mean, those hard court story, the bodies, well, more than 2 weeks, because it started really all year with the Australian Open with that tough surface. And Kuznetsova has only lost 4 matches all year. Having a really successful year so far. But she has lost the first set to Francesca Schiavone of Italy. We'll be back.
The moment of truth. A choice to get up and keep on fighting. It's not about hype. You can't read it on paper. It's the second a team decides to believe. Seasons change, as do the faces, but the moment lies in wait, like the first trace of snow. The NCAA Championships on ESPN, celebrating 100 years of the student athlete, the NCAA Centennial.
Are you tired of high car payments? Is there a car you've always wanted but just thought you couldn't afford it? Not anymore. Now you can get the car of your dreams for 40 to 50% less a month by calling D&M Auto Leasing.
D&M Leasing found the car I wanted, equipped the way I wanted, for over $100 a month less than the competition.
Call D&M Leasing and tell us the car you want from top to bottom. In turn, we'll give you an upfront price right over the phone. Call the number on your screen for your free new car quote now. Cut your payments almost in half. Call D&M Leasing now.
Get your mojo humming. Sweater on the highway. Looking for a monkey. Looking in the highway. Born to be
Those aren't the words. Don't be a cultural fool. Catch up with karaoke on demand with Comcast Digital Cable. It's Comcastic.
Schiavone winning the first set in a tiebreak over Svetlana Kuznetsova, who just called for the trainer and left the court apparently to be attended to. Well, Carol Lewis is at courtside sitting next to Stefan Ortega. So let's go down to Carol.
Stefan, it looked like Svetlana was struggling a little bit in that first set. You said that she had an injury. She's left the court. What do you think is happening here?
Well, she pulled out her left groin, so it happened in the last neck. And here playing on clay is going to make worse. So I think she will retire from the match.
Do you think she's going to come back out and try to play, or do you think she's going to retire?
Probably she will try one game, but I don't think it makes sense. I think it can only get worse.
And for you both, you've had such a great last week and a half. Looking towards Roland Garros, what do you think? The injury, how do you think it's going to go from here?
Well, we have to go step by step, but I mean, there is a lot of tough players on the tour. I mean, every match is like a different story. I mean, our goals is just to play every match. We of course, it's a big dream to win Roland Garros, but we don't think about it. I mean, we have to go to Warsaw, Berlin, and Rome just before Roland Garros, and that's our immediate goals. And next week on Charleston, but let's see how she feels.
Thank you very much. Back to you, Cliff.
Thanks a lot, Carol. Well done. Warsaw, Berlin, Rome, and obviously next week. And just be reminded, everybody, that we start on a Thursday from Charleston, South Carolina, for more women's tennis on these clay courts, these green clay courts of the USA. Major League Soccer resuming on ESPN2 this afternoon. CD Shivers taken on Freddie Adu and DC United. He's well worth a look in. Major League Soccer on ESPN2 at 4 o'clock Eastern time this afternoon. And we're invited to log on for more info on this game to ESPN.com. We'll take a break now, and then we hope to report that we've got tennis action underway when we come back.
See the world in high definition with breathtaking clarity and incredible comfort. Introducing Pure Vision contact lenses from Bausch Lomb. Pure Vision has innovative optics for pure, rich contrast, highly refined detail, and with exclusive air gel material, Pure Vision stays comfortable hour after hour after hour. Visit purevision.com for a free pair and see your world in high definition. Pure Vision from Bausch Lomb.
Burn calories. Have fun.
cardio tennis. Hi, I'm Denise Austin. Cardio tennis is a new, exciting way to get a great cardio workout. Cardio tennis drills are fun and are taught by a certified tennis professional to keep you moving. And one of the best things about cardio tennis, it's for players of all abilities. Cardio tennis is a great workout.
To find a cardio tennis center near you, visit www.cardiotennis.com.
Their mud was so
Big and chocolatey with a little birdie. Come on, behave yourself.
especially between my toes.
Free time to create your own story. Join Hyatt Gold Passport to earn free nights fast with no blackout dates at Hyatt hotels and resorts worldwide.
Need something? To find it locally, you need yellowpages.com.
About 30, 40 seconds of timeout left. She took a 3-minute timeout and left the court. Now, the time that it takes from the court to the locker room area may not be included in the 3 minutes. So, give or take another minute or so, and we should be underway. Francesca Schiavone of Italy winning the first set. Quick recap here, MJ. Schiavone gets out to a real good start. And then what happened for the next 5 games?
Well, I thought that Kuznetsova started to be more consistent. She started to dictate with patience, was serving well, and it looked like, you know, she was going to take that set. She led 5-3, but then the unforced errors creeped into her game again, and Schiavone stayed consistent. She's a fighter. She said before the match she knew she had to fight in this match. And the next thing you know, it's in a tiebreak, and Kuznetsova clearly was not moving at 100% in that tiebreak. She called the trainer before the tiebreak began. Schiavone trying to stay loose.
Hope that we get Kuznetsova back, and I'm wondering, MJ, because you and I had a conversation earlier today about who we would. I know it's too early to talk about the French Championship because there's a lot of tennis to be played. By the way, it was a right abductor strain, we're told. That is the issue with Kuznetsova. But having played so well in Miami and winning the tournament there, you know, we've got now sort of start to get Kuznetsova into the mix when you talk about the French Championships and the next Grand Slam of the year. Who do you put on the top of your list as of now? And I understand it's early, but we've got a few moments. So who do you put on the top of your list to win the French right as of this moment?
As of now, we haven't seen a lot of players yet, but I think the best played quarter in the women's game is just Leanna Ardenne. I think that she's got all the weapons. She's got the movement and the belief. That's my answer. But again, I haven't seen anyone. We got health, I guess, is going to become the #1 issue. Who's the healthiest?
Well, how's Justine's health? I saw her just as I told you yesterday. I saw her down on Key Biscayne. She was practicing and she was moving like a deer, like lightning.
Well, there you have it. Then she's definitely, I think, the one to beat. My #2 choice would be Mauresmo.
And she's planning to play next week?
Yes.
Justine?
Yes.
Well, that should be able to tell us a little more.
It'll tell us a little more. And I would rank Kuznetsova in the top 5 because she can play defense, she can play offense. You can see her right abductor is wrapped. It's an injury she's, I guess, already had in the past. But it definitely is made worse from playing on clay. Trying to stretch out, especially to the forehand side. We'll see how she does these first few points.
Back underway, 15-love, first point of the second set.
You know, and it's tricky now for Schiavone because she knows that Kuznetsova is not at 100%. She's got to stay focused, has to just really get a lot of balls back. And she knows Kuznetsova's going to do that. She's going to go for a winner a lot sooner in a rally.
You heard Carol talking to the coach, Stefan, right? He said that he thinks that Kuznetsova will probably play a game and then call it quits. But he is not allowed to talk to her while this thing's going on, so he's not going to make that suggestion to her.
No. Well, he could. I mean, he could yell it out, but I don't think he has.
He's not allowed to yell it out.
But has that stopped coaches before from coaching? Okay.
inclined to agree with Stefan the way that Kuznetsova is walking now.
Very gingerly.
Very gingerly, but she's got 40-15. If she wins this game, she may keep playing. If she doesn't, I think you'll be watching a handshake.
Well, she should know. I mean, she didn't have to hit a lot of balls in that game. Schiavone gave her 3 gifts. But she should know by now whether or not if she pushes herself, whether it's going to be painful, too painful to keep playing. And I'm sure the trainer warned her about the possibilities of injuring it further.
Difference in the walk of these two. I mean, there's always a difference, for Schiavone is so lively all the time.
She's feeling more pressure now, Schiavone.
Love, 1 to Kuznetsova in one game to her in the second set.
Kuznetsova knows she's got to go for the winner right away. Can't rely on her movement. Really what Schiavone needs to do now. Open up the court. I think after a couple of shots, you're not going to see Kuznetsova making a huge effort to track him down.
Go down to Carol with a medical report.
Well, I spoke with Amber Donaldson, the Sony Ericsson WTA Tour physio, and she said that Svetlana has an upper abductor strain on her right side, and she's taped it up and sent her back out there, and she didn't have anything else to say at that point. And to the point where you asked whether Ortega, her coach, has told her to stop, he really has been trying to give her some encouraging looks, but I don't think he's told her whether to go on or not. Cliff?
Thanks, Carol. We've got this deal in tennis that I don't think anybody clearly understands, because I don't. There's a rule against coaching, but it's often ignored.
Yes. Not penalized.
Sometimes it is.
Rarely. And that's why I'm for coaching. I'm for allowing it, getting them involved, getting another personality into the mix, because it happens already. And yes, tennis is an individual sport, and so a part of the beauty is trying to figure out on your own what to do out there. But just because you're coach doesn't mean you're going to be able to execute it. So
Exactly.
you still have to do it.
You can get, I mean, what I'd really like to see again is a strategic component where you just have a certain period of time in a match where you have an official time, coach's consultation timeout. Why not? Kuznetsova hitting the ball very sweetly and cleanly for the moment. A little shrug of her shoulder as she walks to the sideline.
Not sure what to do.
Well, it looks like she's going to continue. So Svetlana Kuznetsova, winner last week in Miami, is in front in the second set, 2-1, and she had a 5-3 lead in the first set. And before she allowed Schiavone to come back, Mr. Ortega is in the spotlight as the coach of Kuznetsova. Thinking about tennis, we've got to mention our buddy Patrick McEnroe, who is captain of the U.S. Davis Cup team. He and his lovely wife Melissa expecting their first child here in the next few days. So thoughts are with you, P. Mac and Melissa. And I know that his thoughts are in two places. Out in California with the USA versus Chile. It's one apiece in that. After James Blake served for it, it was up 2-0.
What a match. It turned into a marathon. Lost 10-8 in the fifth, but then Roddick came through and won.
A couple of tiebreak sets in that one, too, so neither one was easy.
And the Bryan brothers are up today for the doubles, but look at that score. After 6-love in the second set, things turned around drastically.
He served at 5-3 in the third.
Yeah, it was all going his way, and I believe he started to get a little tired and cramped towards the end of that match, Blake. And Roddick, 2 tiebreaks at the end against Masu, so that was a good, solid performance, and that should give Roddick some confidence. I think the good news for the Americans is both guys from Chile are supposed to play doubles today. That hopefully will tire them up even more.
Supposed to be non-partisan.
I know. It's tough, though. My buddy Dean Goldfine is
right, exactly.
in the chair, taking Patrick's place until he gets back.
Right. Love 15.
Love 13.
Stress in Schiavone's face at the moment. She's thinking to herself, okay, Kuznetsova is walking gingerly, not moving that well, but still has the capability of hitting the big power shots and going for broke.
Schiavone to get the first lob. Kuznetsova was there for the two-hander down the line. Have a look.
Great get, but right there, good depth from Kuznetsova. And I have to say, human nature, when you're in Schiavone's shoes, I mean, you're hoping for a retirement. You're hoping that your opponent's going to just say, I can't play anymore. And you somehow have to block it out. You have to pretend, okay, she's 100% and go back to playing the way you were in the beginning of the match.
Points for Kuznetsova against the odds here. Her inability, or problems anyway, that she's having with movement. 2-1, Kuznetsova leads, so broken twice so far. We knew badly getting to that one.
13-14.
My concern is if she miraculously gets through a match like this, will she be able to play tomorrow? Just imagine that afterwards it's going to get tighter and more painful.
MJ, what did the coach say again? That this thing started in Miami? So it's been an issue the whole time here. Great point still.
Deuce.
Kuznetsova was right there, and again, this is a clay court point, and that attempted drop volley was a bad miss for her. So a couple of break points down at 15-40 now. Game points Schiavone.
Wait, please. Deuce.
Allow yourself to move a little more, get up to the ball.
Advantage Kuznetsova.
Big return. Another break point chance for the Russian.
Deuce.
That's a smart play from Schiavone, serving out wide, both the deuce and the ad sides, and then just he would either hit to the open court, hit behind Kuznetsova.
Advantage Schiavone.
Right leg does so much of the work for Kuznetsova on her forehand. She gets a lot of open stance. It's the leg that really gives her the strength to push into her shots.
That was long in the game for Schiavone, so even here in the second set, a 2 apiece. First set to Francesca Schiavone. MJ, you're talking about moving on, it's a different kind of movement on clay. Obviously, we've talked about that in the hard court. I remember when I played on grass, for example, I found that the toughest on my knees just because there was a different kind of movement, sliding and then trying to stop. So there is definitely, as you was pointing out, an issue with the movement here from Kuznetsova on this clay court. Now, we've got somebody in the crowd here who has got a health issue of some kind, and that's what this delay is. And the folks, the medical people, are attending to this person, and that's why we have a delay right now. So we've got a medical issue on the court. He's now in the stands. Play is suspended. Temporarily, obviously, so while we take a break here for a while, we'll take a break and come right back.
See the world in high definition with breathtaking clarity and incredible comfort. Introducing Pure Vision contact lenses from Bausch Lomb. Pure Vision has innovative optics for pure, rich contrast, highly refined detail, and with exclusive air gel material, Pure Vision stays comfortable hour after hour after hour. Visit purevision.com for a free pair and see your world in high definition. Pure Vision from Bausch Lomb.
The intensity of a champion, the skill of an artist, the competition, the power, the precision. The greatest dramas in tennis unfold. The Australian Open, the French Open, the championships at Wimbledon, the best players, the world's biggest stages. ESPN2, the Grand Slam Network. The French Open, May 28th through June 11th.
Short delay is over here as Francesca Schiavone and Svetlana Kuznetsova battling in the semi-finals here for a spot in the championship match tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. The lady who is having her problem was taken out in a chair, and she looked a little under the weather, but it didn't look like it was anything too serious. But anyway, she is exited.
15 love.
She wasn't one of the lucky ones under the shade. It has warmed up.
Tino.
In this game, Kuznetsova, born in St. Petersburg, and now spending, as you watch this replay again, most of her time in Barcelona. Entirely in this thing, was able to win enough points just to keep her interest and enthusiasm up, but maybe not when this is all over. Break point at 15:40. Now 30-40. MJ, you were saying before the match they were in the locker room, these two sort of gabbing. What language were they gabbing in?
Well, it's kind of Spanish. Schiavone speaks Italian, but if she speaks slowly enough, you can understand her.
Break point.
Schiavone.
Struggling waddling to the sidelines. Kuznetsova looks like she will continue. So we will take a break. Maybe not. Putting her rackets away. No, I think she's going to keep playing.
And the trainers come out. Amber Donaldson.
If she was going to stop, she'd have walked up and shaken hands.
Well, maybe she's just trying to get some advice, some reassurance that she's doing the right thing by not continuing. She's torn at the moment. She wants to finish what she started, but she's probably concerned that not only can she not compete at a high level, but can she hurt herself more.
The coach was saying that he was hoping. He didn't say he was hoping, but he suggested that she would probably call it quits after a few games. In the set, but she started out winning her first serve game, and maybe that encouraged her to stay in this thing just to see what happened, and that is what happened. Again, we'd let you hear this exchange if we had a microphone a little closer to these words, but we don't.
As a player, you're looking for the physio to tell you what to do. And they're pretty good at putting the decision in your hands.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to injury, Ms. Kuznetsova is forced to retire. Game, set, match, Schiavone, 7-6, 3-2.
I told you she wanted to win no matter what. And it's unfortunate for Kuznetsova. She's had such a good 3 weeks winning the NASDAQ and playing well here, but probably the wise decision not to continue. Hugging her physio and her trainer.
So we have a finalist, and her name is Francesca Schiavone. She is from Italy, and in the championship match, that's at 2 o'clock Eastern Time tomorrow afternoon. Mary Jo, look, she will take on the winner, Petro.